Hi, everybody. It's Molly, obviously. I'm looking at Instagram and Facebook at the same time. It's just easier to do these things together. So I am stoked to be a part of a community made or created by Danielle Laporte. She's one of my all-time favorite authors. And one of her books is called The Desire Map. And I became a facilitator for the Desire Map programming at the beginning of this year. I have created my entire, or Yoga Hive's entire BU program in collaboration with my friend Blaine, who owns Yoga Hive Colorado. We have created this program called BU. And the whole program has to do with yoga and meditation. And the crux of the inquiry piece is the Desire Map. And what the Desire Map is, and I'm excited because I'm doing a workshop this coming weekend in Homer, Alaska at Many Rivers Yoga Studio in Homer. I'm doing a workshop called BU. It's a 4-hour version. I'm doing lots of different versions of this, but the Desire Map is basically setting goals with soul. So instead of setting a goal of, I'm gonna buy a new car this year, right? Because we're all thinking about what are my New Year's resolutions gonna be? And New Year's resolutions are super hard for me. So this really resonated because the idea is not setting a goal, like a material goal. I'm going to get this stuff. I'm going to get this raise. I'm going to make this much money. I'm going to take this trip, right? Those are all great goals. But what if you don't achieve them? Then you just didn't achieve your goal. And ultimately, if we're working toward, say, a new car, maybe the idea is how we want to feel about the new car, which is really not about a new car, but it's rather about feeling safe. Maybe we have a really unsafe car that we drive. I've totally been in this position before where I just was like, I need a new car in order to be safe. But maybe we want a new car because when we get that, that will be a sign of abundance because we'll have, made enough money in savings that we can afford to take on a new car or whatever that is. So the idea is behind desire mapping is getting to the bottom of your core desired feelings. Talking about feelings. So anybody who knows me knows that I'm totally down with talking about feelings, sometimes to a fault. But Danielle has a planner that she releases every year around this time. And I'm just unboxing. I have 2 of them in here in this box. I literally just opened it. I haven't even seen these yet in person, so I want to open it with you guys so I can show you. It's super exciting, and I'm going to put a link in the comments. So if any of you want to try the Desire Map Planner, I can send you a link for where to get it. So, oh my gosh. Okay, there's 2. This is a really pretty white one. Ooh, I got to take it out of the plastic. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And then this is the weekly version. So I'm planning on giving one as a gift, and then the other one is for me. So just opening, these are both weekly versions. So last year I got the daily version, and I felt, just personally for me, it was too big. It was too much to carry, but this is like super thin. So I have my, I have my T-Bird leather bag. And I like things that I can just like stick in here if I'm going into an appointment. I know it doesn't really fit. So Tress, if you watch this at any point, I need a bigger T-Bird bag, but to accommodate my planner. So opening it up, there's all these like cute little tabs. January, this is just like the last one. So January, we have a full calendar. And one of the things that I love, because I've recently been getting into this personally, is the astrological overview that she includes. So I know it's really cliche to say like, oh, Mercury's in retrograde. This is why I'm being crazy right now. But like to me, it resonates with me knowing that there are things going on in the stars and the planets. And depending on who we are and when we were born and what our sign is, in a certain way. So for me, that resonates. So this astrological overview gives you an idea of all of the different full moons, new moons, astrological signs. It's pretty cool. And it tells you when Mercury is in retrograde and eclipses. So what I love to do is on new moons, I think about what I want to shed, what I want to let go of. Like if there's something that I can't let go of, right? We've all been there. Then I set some goals. I do a little ceremony, nothing big, just like really me sitting down to meditate or journal, letting go of some things. And then I start to work up to the full moon, which full moons are these times when we all feel like super, oh, somebody just asked, is that your Alaska home? No, this is our rental home in Montana. It was on House Hunters Off Grid. So this is the property that we rent out. I've been cleaning up down here. I posted a couple days ago. We're renting our home for the winter. We usually rent it about this time. And so just kind of prepping for that. And there's Wi-Fi down here. So when nobody's in here, I do come down and use Wi-Fi because I can do things like video. So great question. And I'm headed to Alaska on Monday. So hopefully we'll be doing some Facebook Lives from there. Couple other things that I want to show you. So like this is the week. So what I like about this, and people who know me, I also love my passion planner, which, okay, now you're probably thinking I'm ridiculous, but passion planner is another type of planner. It's got like lots of spots for like your exact schedule. Cause for me, my computer schedule like doesn't work. I'm not good having just relying on technology, but this is where I really keep track of like daily what I'm going to get done. My to-do list is usually like a whole page long. And if I look at that every single day, if I look at that every single day, I get overwhelmed because there's no way that I'm going to get all of it done. So with this one, what I do in my desire map planner is I keep track of like, okay, what 3 things need to get done today? What is like my goal? And I get those 3 things done. And then the next day I do the same thing. So that way it like chunks it up a little bit. So I'm not looking at my schedule like, oh my God, how am I going to get this all done? And then what's really cool too is I'm going to show you at the end of every week, there's a spot to reflect. And lots of planners today have these spots, but I love that it works. Sorry, I keep getting phone calls on my phone. I'm like, ignore. Sean, I'll call you back. So reflect, envision. What do I have to be grateful for? I love that that is specifically in here. For me, gratitude, thinking about gratitude on a daily basis helps me kind of refocus on what's most important and the abundance that I do have in my life. And then what's not working, and then what to stop doing. So it's just really awesome reflection. There's a whole other page, relationships, organizations, and then there's like a little inquiry prompt. And so I love that that comes after, let's see, this is the undated, this is the dated version. So it comes after every single week. And so for me, that is really important because the way we live, like I said, I'm going to Alaska on Monday. I've been here for the last 2 weeks in Montana. I am all over the place. And for me, it's taken a lot of strength in the last couple months to figure out a flow. How can I not go crazy when I'm living in like 4 different places? And so, not to mention all these different things I have on my to-do list. So how do I figure this out? And for me, being able to reflect every single week, it also forces me to journal. I know I've talked to you in our last BU program here at the Whitefish Studio. I know some of the women were telling me like, I'm just not a journaler. I just don't journal, which is cool. You don't need to journal. But if your planner is forcing you to do that every single week, it just kind of helps to have that point. And then after 6 months or even a month, I go back and I look at what I journaled about and I can see the progress that I've made. It's not like, oh, I haven't accomplished anything in 3 months. Like there's nothing to celebrate. No, if I'm reflecting, I can go back and I usually go back and I highlight what was important, what was kind of profound for me about the month, which I love. So this is the dated version, which I actually plan on starting that in January. And then there's also this really cool undated version. I'm just going to rip the plastic off. Boom. And yeah, so it's dated. It's not, and this is also weekly. Again, I like the weekly version because I do have a number of things that I always carry around with me. And so for me, this thinness is much more appreciated. So this is the undated version, start anytime, which is cool if you're like, I want to start right now. So if you have any questions, I'm totally going to place a link to this in the video, or if it's on Instagram, I'll I'll do a link in my profile where you can pick up your own Desire Map planner. And if you're interested in desire mapping and you happen to be in Homer, Alaska this weekend, November 10th, not this weekend, like next weekend, November 10th from 11 to 3 at Many Rivers. I know we only have a couple spaces left, which is exciting. And yeah, we're going to be doing yoga, meditation, and desire mapping. So hope you're having a great Friday. And yeah, that's all. Thanks, guys.